More coffee, country, and Cody is on WSM.
This guy's so familiar with the studio. It's like a home away from home when you walk in. Scott Southworth.
Well, except for you renovated the home. Hi, Bill Cody. How
We
are
waited
you?
for you to move out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
We're keeping your security deposits, by the way.
That's right. You know what they say about the previous renters?
Do you take a check? Hello, fellas.
Bio reads, I write songs. I like pie. I play Larry the guitars. I really like pie.
I do,
That
indeed.
is, I love that bio.
Matter of fact, you know, this last weekend, my wife made me a pumpkin pie, and I didn't bring any to share, but this is the worst thing. Is she's listening. Spoiler alert, she's not.
Okay.
But last night, I asked her, she made you guys the most beautiful loaf of apple bread, and I left it at home, so I'm so sorry.
You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't, because
I
I'm
think
leaving
you did,
town.
Scott.
I'm leaving town. I'm not going to get any either. So I'm so upset, and you guys, I had her make it just for you, and she's going to be all mad at me now.
And we mentioned you're familiar with the studio because it was your home for the Music Row radio show.
The Music Row show was here every Sunday for years, and like I said, we moved, and boy, matter of fact, I remember leaving and seeing the painters walking in. So you guys, as soon as we left, you guys cleaned it up.
So who's your first guest?
My first guest on the Music Row show was Sam and Annie Tate. Was my very first guest, and then Bart. No, not Bart. Yeah, it was Sam and Annie Tate.
Okay.
Yeah, golly, you're
Are you
making
still
me...
doing it? Doing it somewhere else?
No.
Who was your last guest?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I remember the first one. I don't remember the last one. No, we did it for 10 years.
Wow.
And I pretty much asked everything I could think to ask anybody, and then things were popping for me over in Europe, so I figured that's enough balls in the air with, you know, full-time work and everything else I have going on.
So how did that happen, your popularity in Europe? Because I've heard that with a number of artists that, you know, aren't necessarily celebrating that same success in the U.S., but they go over there and they're Garth or Elvis or something.
Well, if I knew, I would bottle it up and write a book and sell it, but I don't know.
I'd
It was
buy
just
that book.
one. I put an album out, and the next day I got an email from somebody in Spain. I remember that first email saying, "Oh, this is great. It's going on heavy rotation." I said, "Okay." And then the next day from France, "You've been put on my podcast as Beautiful Discovery." Okay. And my wife's going, "What does this mean?"
So what song was it that did it?
Whiskey Bottle was the first one that sold, became my first million seller.
He says that so casual.
Well, it's because it means I have a million of these things in my cellar. That's all it means.
How about that?
Hey,
That's good.
I stole that from Daly and Vincent. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry, Darren.
That's funny.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, it's all
How long
good.
have you been in Nashville? You came here from the
2004 from the Pacific Northwest.
Where was home?
Grew up in Oregon.
Okay.
In Eugene, Springfield area, and then lived in Southern California for about 8 years, and then we moved here in 2004. And have had just the most amazing time and all these great experiences, and meeting you and Charlie and Eric, and now Stephanie and I are going to be best friends, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, we're going to feature a song that was an undertaking of...
Oh, man.
It was just extraordinary what you were able to accomplish here.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to let you set it up. Country, no matter what country. And how many countries are involved and artists are involved that you want to mention here?
Seven countries. The song I wrote with Bill White. You know Bill.
Obviously,
was a DJ here for a long
Part
time.
of our family.
Yeah.
Fellow member of the Disc Jockey Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's right. Bill's wonderful, and he came to me with this idea because he knew that I'd been touring so much in Europe, and he goes, "You got if we write this song and you don't play it, I'm gonna punch you in the throat." So we wrote it, and I loved it, and I just couldn't figure out what to do with it. And then I had this idea, as everything in the world right now is trying to point out why everybody's so different,
Sure.
and why we shouldn't get along. There's this thing called country music that what I noticed everywhere I went, man, country music's country music. And so I'd been playing shows with people and making friends from musicians all over the world. So I just reached out to several different artists and said, what if we all sang on this song? And the name of the song is Country No Matter What Country. And so it's 7 artists. From Switzerland is Andrea Benz. France is Jerome Mr. J. Ireland is Johnny Brady. Norway is Sivert Bjordal. England is Glenn Mitchell, and New Zealand is Kevin Graves, who just reached the New Zealand Music Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago. And so this is all of them singing on this one song, and the idea is country music's country music, no matter where you go.
Scott Southworth on Coffee, Country, and Cody, 650 AM WSM Radio, worldwide on Circle Television as well, streaming platforms all over the world, circleallaccess.com.
When you hear a steel guitar, it might make you cry and hit you deep inside.
When the bow hits the fiddle, you tap your toes just a little.
If there's a neon glow and the beer's as cold,
That's country. You can bet your boots
all around the world. It's three chords and the truth. When you hear Hank sing about that misery in him,
That's country. No matter what country you're in. It's the opera show playing on the radio.
it's a pulled that gate, hanging on for 8. When you're bending on the telly and that rhythm's rocking steady, just like a midnight train. Can you hear that swing? That's country. You can bet your boots all around the world. Oh, it's three chords and the truth. And George and Tammy sing about that tiny golden ring.
That's country. No matter what country you're in. When all the airplanes on the road again,
On the road again. That's country. No matter what country you're in. I tell you that's country. No matter what country you're in.
Scott Southworth and Friends. That's where we will pitch that. Country, no matter what country. 7 different countries represented. Artists from the UK, Norway, Ireland, Switzerland, New Zealand, France, and, of course, you representing these United States of America. I think I got everybody.
That and pie. There you go.
Got a great text this morning, Bill.
Yeah.
Kelly Sutton's on vacation, but listening this morning, and she said, I hate to miss Scott because the very first time I was ever in this studio was on the Music Row Show with
That's
Scott.
right.
Who was it?
Kelly Sutton.
Kelly Sutton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, she subbed for Hino one time.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time she was in. So, yeah. I
love
love
you,
Kelly.
Kelly.
I've known Kelly for a bazillion years.
And tell us about a television project you're a part of. Before you play and sing for us.
I have a new project called Guerrilla Country, not the animal, the like the Sandinistas, and it's a video show like old MTV or CMT back when they showed music videos, and all we show is indie traditional country artists, because there's so much amazing music getting out there in the indie markets these days that we, and you guys, I know you guys support so many of the great indie artists, and Eric and Mike, you guys are all playing it, but there's a lot of stations out there that they just don't get that kind of airplay. So it's a video show. There's great content coming out, so we're just putting it out there and showing it, and I love it. It's on Country Road TV Network, which you can get on your Roku, and they have a 30-day free trial, so you can already see the whole season 1, and we're about to start filming season 2.
All right. Introduce your band this morning before you play and sing.
This is my good old buddy, Mark Lavey. I picked him up on an airport several years ago. I did. We got stuck on the tarmac for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm like, do you play guitar? He just looked like a guitar player. And we ended up becoming best buds, and he's incredible. You're going to want him here every day.
It was the hair, wasn't it?
Yes.
You knew he was a musician. You didn't know what he played exactly, but you knew he played
It was
something.
the hair. It was the hair, yeah. And back then he had the several nose piercings, too.
All right, guys, go to it.
All right, let's do it here, Mark. Now, Stephanie,
Yes, sir.
you're not going to really relate to this song yet because you're still so young.
Very young.
But, I don't know, Charlie and Mr. Bill Cody might understand. These old bones sure like complaining when they drag me out of bed. I don't mind the ache and pain, and good to know that I ain't dead. These old bones don't get nowhere fast. They got me this far. These old bones like picking on an old flat top guitar. I don't know much, but one thing I know for sure. These old bones ain't never been this old before. It's harder to recuperate. They don't bounce back like they did. But when the whiskey lubricates, well, hell, they feel just like a kid's. These old bones don't dance, the truth to tell. They never really could. These old bones got enough to know they still got it good. I don't know much, but one thing I know for sure. These old bones ain't never been this old before. You might call me a fossil, a relic past my prime, but my baby likes the way, yeah, these old bones take their time. They're what God gave me to work with, so until he calls me home, I got these old bones. Let's hear it, old bones. How about that, Mark Lavey? I ain't planning on these old bones getting planted no time soon. They still got a lot of miles to go, plenty left to do. As long as guitars pick it hot and honky-tonks serve beer on ice, well, you can keep that chair to rock these old bones just to hit their stride. I don't know much, but one thing I know for sure. These old bones ain't never felt this good before. Well, you might call me a fossil, a relic past my prime, but my baby likes the way, yeah, these old bones take their time. They're what God gave me to work with, so until he calls me home, I said, I got these old bones. I Shit, I got these old bones. And Bill, when I wake up in the morning and everything's popping and cracking, making weird noises, I think about what my good old Montana horse trainer buddy Vern says when he says, "Thank God for these old bones. I got these old bones." Woo! Yeah, man. Look at him go. Give it two.
Scott Southworth on Coffee Country
Hey
and
now.
Cody from 650 AM WSM. Too bad Jones is gone. That could be Rockin' Chair 2.0.
Man,
Huh?
wouldn't I love that? Wouldn't I love that?
Get your Jones cut. Thank you, Scott. Great
Hey,
to see
you
you.
betcha. Nice to
Mark,
see you.
welcome to the studio. Great to have you in, man. This is Coffee Country and Cody on WSM and Circle Television. We'll be right back. Stephanie Quayle's Entertainment's next.
You can't mess your boots